According to Caesars Sportsbook, Giannis is favored to win MVP. The Bucks and Lakers are expected to win their conferences, with the Lakers favored to bring home the NBA crown. On that note, we bring in former NBA player Matt Barnes. So good to have you with us.
Good to be back.
See you, bro.
Guys, I got a bunch of topics I want to get through here. I'll start with you, Stephen A. NBA MVP. Are you taking LeBron or the field?
I'm rolling with LeBron James. I think the fact that he hasn't played since April, after going to 8 straight NBA finals, I think the level of hunger that he's going to have with him is going to be greater than at any time in his career since the first title when they beat Oklahoma City. I think his level of hunger is palpable to that at this particular moment in time. To have a guy like Anthony Davis,
Maybe Steph was the best duo trio at one point. Who do you think's the best duo? Would you take LeBron, AD, or the field?
The field. This is an easy one. As great as LeBron and AD will be, LeBron has to pick and choose spots now throughout the season. Kawhi is the reigning and defending Finals MVP. This year, he will be the first player ever to win the Finals MVP for 3 separate teams, his third team. The history of the league has been the most unstoppable forces are 2 attack dog two-way wings who can score and defend at an elite level. Paul George, before he got hurt, was a top 5 MVP candidate last year. When all was said and done and the smoke settled, when the smoke cleared, we saw that the actual MVP, when you take the entirety of the season and postseason, was Kawhi. They're both on the same team, on a real team that played together as a team with a great coach. That's the best duo in the NBA.
I disagree. I emphatically disagree. It's LeBron and AD all the way. Let me be very, very clear. I don't think Kawhi Leonard's better than either one of them. And I love Kawhi. And I think Kawhi's a top 5 talent in the league. He's a superstar. I saw what he did. I'm going to say it again. If Kevin Durant were healthy, Toronto's done in 5.
No question.
They're done in 5.
Agreed.
Okay? So we can talk about Kawhi Leonard all we want to. And let me tell you,
they got a better squad.
Time. I apologize. Not only am I saying they would have lost with Kevin Durant, if Kevin Durant wasn't healthy and was out the whole series, but Clay were healthy, they still would have beat Toronto, probably in 6 games.
I disagree.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. And I'm telling you something right now. This is the thing that I keep bringing up, Matt. LeBron's 6'9", 260, dog. Anthony Davis, 6'11". And by the way, not just points, rebounds, but block shots and can defend 4 different positions. You talk about Paul George, who is a star. You talk about Kawhi Leonard. I got news for you. Tell me who guarding them. Because these are not just guards or something like that. No. This is LeBron. It's 260.
Kawhi Leonard's guarding.
Kawhi Leonard guarding who? Let me ask
Kawhi Leonard, when he was a puppy and LeBron was in his prime, won the Finals MVP for guarding LeBron.
Go look at those numbers. I'm telling you right now, because remember, D-Wade wasn't 100%.
Numbers are still great.
The numbers were still great. Nobody's stopping LeBron.
What he was then, Kawhi's better.
Nobody's stopping LeBron, and nobody's stopping Anthony Davis. The best duo in the NBA. Not only is it those two, by a damn mile. It ain't even nothing to talk about to me.
I wouldn't say mile. I love the Clippers team.
Half mile, damn it.
Okay.
All right.
I love the Clippers team over the Lakers. When I say team, duo's got to be AD and LeBron. And I really think people sleep on how good AD is because of where the market he was in, and then he got hurt.
Smooth,
and then he was, time management once he wanted to be traded. AD is a generational talent, someone that can do it all. I really think a big key for them this season is LeBron trusting in him and trusting in his teammates for those guys to get through the dog days of the league so he can stay fresh. And that's another reason why I don't know if LeBron will win MVP is because LeBron can't be the LeBron we've known and loved for the last 17 years, the whole entire season, and still be as effective in the playoffs.
Let me state this for the record right in front of you. There's only 2 ways you're going to beat the Lakers this year with LeBron and AD.
Kawhi and Paul George?
Nope. Let me finish. Only 2. Nice, funny comment. But let me tell you something. Fatigue, because the Clippers are so deep, they're throwing bodies at you. They got a shot. And the only other way is the perimeter shooting of the Golden State Warriors, who don't have to deal inside with AD and LeBron because they pulling up from the parking lot. I'm talking about once Clay comes back. I'm saying once Clay comes back, with Steph Curry and Clay, oh, my God. I mean, they can beat anybody because they can shoot from the parking lot.
I'm trying to think of your excuses. I'm going to predict your excuses after the Lakers.
You don't have to predict
I'm a
anything.
Lakers fan.
You can predict anything.
It's going to be coaching mismatch.
Listen.
Patrick Beverly's a bad brother. What's it going to be?
Let me tell you something right now. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to say it again. Listen, I love Kawhi. That's why I don't like having this subject, because I don't like anybody thinking I don't have profound respect for Kawhi. Kawhi Leonard ain't better than those two dudes.
News, guys. We're going to be in LA. You're going to watch the game in person, and then we'll get to debate
Look, man,
it all.
I love it.
Kawhi Leonard's the best player in the league right now.
Molly, I'm very, very tight with a lot of Clippers, but I got the answer for this. It ain't going to be comfortable when I walk in the Staples Center to see those brothers, okay? Because they going to remind me, they listening to me now, but I'm going to say it anyway. As much as I love Kawhi and Paul George,
I'll say this about AD real quick.
and LeBron.
I'm totally with you on AD. AD, because of Giannis and because AD's team to make the playoffs, AD is getting forgotten. AD is a beast.
He could be MVP.
Right.
Matt, thank you so much for being with us. This was fun. There's a lot more questions I wanted to get through, like the East and West champs. We'll save it for tomorrow, though. We'll continue our season preview because there's more to discuss.
Now, by people like Stephen A, is they're going to win it all this year.
Let me come to you with this one.
Okay.
And I'll leave this to you. I'm going to give you the floor.
Please.
It's L.A. Do you realize that if LeBron James doesn't win a championship in L.A., he will be the only marquee superstar in the history of the Lakers franchise, dating back to the NBA's inception with George Michael.
Elgin.
Well, Elgin was retired. I mean, that year he retired, they got the championship, but I got it. But the point is, he will be the only mega superstar other than Elgin Baylor to have not won a championship in a Lakers jersey. You realize that?
He's not worried about that.
Okay.
He's got arguably the best power forward in the league next to him for the first time. He's never played with somebody of that caliber before. He's got a team around him that'll support him. Wherever he goes, the team will follow. He is one of the most intelligent players we have in this league. He knows how to manage his time throughout the season in terms of injuries.
He's got his same building, not just in the same town, in the same building, the reigning and defending Finals MVP, who has a Finals MVP for the defense he played on LeBron before he even knew what he was doing, who's in his prime with Paul George on a team that just won 48 games. It took a fully loaded Golden State team 6 games in his building.
He's LeBron James.
He will excel at any stage of the season, especially playoffs. He will be LeBron James. LeBron is going to do LeBron.
But that's still pressure.
But it's nothing new to him. So I don't see it as heightened pressure because he's been like this ever since he started playing in the league.
One thing I was surprised, though, you didn't put Steph Curry on there with the injuries and losing KD.
Not at all.
I feel like he's got to carry that.
Because I think Klay Thompson will be back before the season is over, and then they will remind the world they're the greatest shooting backcourt in history, and plus going to 5 NBA Finals, winning 3 championships in the last 5 years. I don't think with KD being gone and the injury to Klay Thompson, I don't think there's pressure on Steph Curry.
You know what? For some reason with Steph, to me, it doesn't feel like it's going to be pressure. To me, it feels like, oh my God, what Steph's about to do to people. Like, to me, Steph got the handcuffs. He's such an unselfish player. Now he has the handcuffs off. He's going to be able to see what he can do.
Not wanting him to have the game-winning shot.
Compared to Iggy, who I felt was cooler under pressure, even though not nearly the shooter. But Steph showed me something. These things are not set in stone. Steph showed me something in the finals last year for the first time with the money on the line. He was hitting big shots in the finals.
Speaking of big shots, he's going to hit about 30 of them every game.
Yeah.
This season.
That's the thing.
Pretty much.
He's going to have the green light and like going to need as the best thing for the team is that he shoots a lot.
Let me ask you this, because you and your wife, obviously A-listers out here in Hollywood. Do you feel like there's any shot if Kawhi comes out here PG-13, they dominate, they win the chip, can they ever turn this city, this younger generation, or is it always going to be Lakers town?
Lakers is a legacy brand. It's a legacy franchise. It's going to take 50 years for the Clippers to even compete with that kind of legacy, even if they win 5 championships in a row. It's just the way that LA has been built. But I think it's interesting because for the first time in a lot of years, we have true parity. I think the Clippers were a real playoff team last year. Doc Rivers is a genius. And I believe that with the addition of Kawhi and PG, they have extra offensive powers, but also on the defensive end, they're going to be monsters, especially on the perimeter.
What you said about Doc is right on the money. They have a great coach. Like, we can't overlook the advantages they have, not only as a cohesive unit from last year, add 2 MVP caliber players, but they have a great coach. And the Lakers have a coach.
Well, Boris, you don't realize this, but you just made my point for me. Because of the brilliance of Doc Rivers, could you imagine if LeBron and the Lakers lost out to the Clippers? No pressure there, huh? I think it is. I think it is. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to. LeBron is going to be LeBron. He's the king. He's going to be the king.
He's going to be MVP?
I think LeBron's going to be MVP. It's going to be between him and Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry has a shot to be MVP because of what we just talked about. He's going to
Have
take
to carry the
Steph
load.
for MVP.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
His real quality, his real genius is going to come out this season without KD. And
By the way,
Let's talk
Donovan
about you.
Mitchell, Jason Tatum.